First things first, a little bit of surgery. Popping this open is super easy. The thermal paste on the CPU is probably years old. Yep, look at that, it's dry and crusty. We'll clean that up and apply some fresh paste to make sure our Ryzen CPU can cool itself properly under load. Next, the biggest performance bottleneck in any old office PC, the hard drive. We're taking out this slow 1 terabyte mechanical drive and replacing it with a much faster 256 gigabyte SATA SSD. This will make Windows and game loading times way faster. And here's the rest of the setup. We're using the standard 65-watt power brick that came with it. This is a 13-inch monitor I made myself from the screen of a broken Lenovo laptop. It's the ultimate tiny, portable setup. With our upgrades installed, let's boot it up and see what we're working with. A quick look at HWINFO confirms our specs. Ryzen 5 Pro 2400G Radeon Vega 11 graphics, and most importantly, 16 gigs of DDR4. Now for a reality check. This is FurMark, a brutal stress test that pushes the GPU to its absolute limit. And, yikes! As expected, it's not pretty. Just 7 frames per second. This tells us that in the absolute worst-case scenario, this GPU will struggle. It's not a powerhouse, so we'll need to be smart with our in-game settings. So, I ran into a weird issue. I tried to use MSI Afterburner and Riva Tuner to show my stats, but the FPS counter was just stuck at 30, no matter what game I was running or what the situation was. So, for real, accurate numbers, I'm using the built-in FPS counter from Steam. Let's get to the games. The Legend, Counter-Strike 2, 1080p and all settings on low. Depending on the map and how much action was on screen, I was getting between 25 and 40 frames per second. For casual play, you could get by, But in a competitive match, dropping below 30 is going to be tough. I'm calling this one. Barely playable. But then I loaded up Valorant. This game is known for running well on anything, but I was not expecting this.
Welcome to basic training.
Jet, come on, put Brim on.
Nope. Grab that pistol and shoot down the drone.
Now I reload.
Yep.
I've got to reload.
Grab that vandal. Cool. Now swap to it. Now shoot the bots.
Sova, the marksman himself.
Hipfire a full magazine in.
At 1080p on low settings, this is incredible. I was getting a solid 70 to 90 FPS pretty consistently. The game feels snappy, responsive, and completely competitive. This is a massive win. This tiny PC is an amazing Valorant machine.
Got him.
I killed another. Jet's down, but C site's clear.
Move in, rush the site, then plant a spike. You've left the spike site. Head back to site and plant the spike. Phoenix, plant the spike.
Spike's planted.
Now we protect it. Follow me.
Yo, my ultimate's ready.
Perfect. Let's hide here. Now, describe...
Call of Duty. I set everything to the absolute minimum, turned on all the performance scaling I could, and it was completely unplayable. This was a slideshow. We were lucky to even hit 20 FPS, with an average closer to 15. The ThinkCentre M715q is not a Call of Duty machine. A huge, definite fail. And finally, my personal favorite game, the strategy legend StarCraft 2. First, let's try 1080p on low settings. Wow, over 100 frames per second. Perfectly smooth.
SCV ready. Yep.
But what if we want it to look a bit nicer? Let's try medium settings, but keep the textures on low.
SCV ready.
Add-on complete.
And it's still great. A very decent 50 FPS, which is more than enough for a strategy game. It looks good, and it plays great. Another huge success. So after all the tinkering and testing, what's the verdict? The ThinkCentre M715q is a fascinating little gaming machine with some very real limits. It absolutely cannot handle demanding, modern AAA titles like Call of Duty. But for mega-popular, well-optimized esports games like Valorant, it's incredible. And for strategy classics like StarCraft 2, it is a dream machine. This journey proves that if you pick your games carefully and are willing to do a few cheap upgrades, you can build a fun, free-to-play gaming setup on an impossibly small budget. What free games do you think I should test next? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this budget build adventure, give this video a like and subscribe for more tiny PC projects. Thanks for watching.